Good morning, guys. Summer here, back at Greensboro Downtown Yoga for today's Core Warrior class. Hanging out with this adorable puppy because I love puppies and I love 4th of July. So we are celebrating 4th of July today in our Core Warrior class. I want you to think about ways that you can experience freedom of movement as we celebrate freedom. This class today is a little bit yoga sculpt inspired, Pilates inspired, functional movement. There's a lot of different elements coming to us. So please feel free to change it up based on how your body is feeling. You will need a set of weights for today's class, but if you don't have them, that's okay. You can do everything without them. All right, we are gonna start on all fours. Just have your weight off to the side here. Place your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Let's arch and look into our belly. And then look up to the sky. Find your cat and cow. Allow your body to be free. We get caught up in how things should look, how things should feel, and we neglect the value that is in being creative and free. So if it feels better for you to kind of shift side to side or do something different, you do you. Find a way that feels good for you in this movement today. Let's come to a neutralized center. Pull your back in so that you find that neutral spine. Right arm reaches forward, left leg back. Feel the press away. Pull your knee in, but keep your back neutral. And now push the hands and foot away. Do that again. Pull in. So nothing changes in your body if you notice. I'm just finding this great pressure away and then pulling in. One of the most important elements is lifting out of this stabilizing hip so that we really can fire into the center of our body. Too often we think of core having to be lying on our back doing abs. And truly, when we get something like this, where you're like, ooh, feeling that opposition, that's true core. Come back to all fours. One cat. One cow. Neutralize your spine. Pull up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Lift up. Find that rise. Now pull your knee into your elbow. Keep the body long and then push away. So it's like you're between two pieces of glass or a wall that you're trying to pull away from you. Lift up out of your stabilizing hip. Breathe. That's going to be such an important part of your core engagement as well. Come back to all fours. Sit back into a child's pose. Reach your arms forward. Come on to all fours again. Transfer your weight just a little bit forward and a little bit backwards. I just want you to get a moment right here to warm up into your wrist. Because, we never do. And we go into all these plank movements, rotate your hands around, and our wrists sometimes become our limiting factor. Hold forward. Let's stay in all fours. Hands come back. Knees under your hips. Toes tuck under. Lift your knees off the ground an inch. Pull in. Press your hands down as you Find that lift into your arms. The bicep rotates forward. That is this big, deep, integrated arm and strong center. Lower your knees. Now lift right arm, left leg. Pull in. Reach away. Come down onto the ground. Keep that same lift as you go. Woo, lift your knees. Integrate your arm. Lower down. Opposite arm and leg. Pull in. Now do you notice how when we change between movements, you quickly have to reestablish, set, and pull in with those abdominals. Squeeze your hips. Let's do one more time each side. Pull. This can be a really passive move, meaning if you don't get that strong push in opposite directions, it can actually be really easy. Come back down, lift your knees. Same with this. If you're not pushing down and lifting up, you're not really doing much. Lower opposite arm. And that's the thing with core work, is that we have to find that way to use our breath to integrate the freedom of movement. Come in with the engagement. Step back to plank. Lift to downward dog. Hold right here. Press your hands down into the mat. Then lift your palm arch off the ground. So your base of your hands is in the floor. Your fingers are on the ground. But you've got like your palming a basketball. Take a big deep inhale. Transfer forward to plank. Hold plank. Rotate to side plank. Come to center. Rotate to side plank. Come center. Now we have that same integration down, downward dog, that we were just doing. Come forward to plank. Lift your right leg forward. Now rotate around to side plank. Can your legs stay lifted? Maybe not. Maybe it comes to the ground, and that is okay. Rotate back around to plank, and then three-legged dog. Your leg goes high to the sky. Big, deep inhale. You pull your knee into your nose. Find that place where your knee and your nose physically touch, and then bring your foot in between your hands. Lift your arms high. Lean forward into your leg. Bend your back foot in and reach forward. Lengthen your arms back and forward. We're using this hip of our front leg to really get reach. Breathe. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hold your leg back. Lift your arms high to the sky. Come down. Lift back to downward dog. Inhale forward to plank. Left foot lifts off the ground. Abs are pulled in tight as you rotate around to side plank. Remember, the foot can come to the ground. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Rotate back around to plank. Hold, big deep inhale. Down dog, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, pull in. Find this big, deep, rounding position as your foot steps in between. Lift your arms up high. Tap your back foot in and out. So you've got this lovely movement into your shoulders, but how much can you squeeze your shoulder blades together? Beautiful. Keep this one back. Lift your arms high. Hands come down to the floor. Step back to down dog. Press in. Come forward to plank. Lower yourself all the way down to the mat. All the way down. Laying on your tummy. Fingertips come behind your ears. Lift your chest. off the mat. Now you want to think about lifting the chest out versus necessarily cranking into the lower back. I don't really care how high you come or if your arms are even off the floor. You can be down here with your hands on the floor. We want to think about the lift into our front body as we engage the muscles on the back side of our body. Keep this next one lifted. Extend your arms and legs out. Let's flutter your arms and legs. Think about someone pulling your fingers and your toes further away from you. 4, 3, 2, and come down. Sit back to child's pose. Come forward into plank. Fun little flow right here. Lift to down dog. Exhale, three-legged dog. Come forward to plank. With that leg lifted, now rotate around. Stay lifted, stay tall. Come to center. Now lower down through chaturanga. Elbows in beside your body. Lift up, back to plank. Three-legged dog. Bend your knee, pull in to your nose. Pull, 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 pull. Step, rise. Stay low in this leg, right? Now pull this one in. This is a little different this time. You're gonna stand up on your stationary leg and then bend deep into it. Or maybe your hands are here, but notice, I'm lowering down and up. This foot can be on the floor, but I don't want you to put weight into it. It's about using our stabilizing hip right here. We have to push our feet into the floor to feel that engagement, right? Oh my goodness. One more. Now stay low. Step your foot back. Arms reach forward. Now let's pull that knee in and back. Hold the leg back. Arms reach high. Hands come beside. Step back to downward dog. Left foot, three-legged dog. Come forward to plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Elbows touch the side of your body. Yes. Lift up to plank. Now rotate around. You might notice I have to put my foot down for a moment on that side. That's because of a pin and three cadaver ligaments in my left ankle. Rotate around. It doesn't always rotate. Lift up high. Bend your knee in. Pull in close. Step. Lift. Knee. Now let's pull that foot in. Stand up on your leg. Bend in. Again, could this foot be on the floor? Absolutely. When we think about core, it's traditionally, so many people just think abs. But the reality is, in the fitness world, in the anatomy world, it truly means your abs, your obliques, your lower back, your hips, and these muscles that support our spine and our posture. So if you notice, we're trying to hit all of those in this little flow. Hold that one back. Lengthen, hold, and reach. Hold the next one back. Hands come down. Step your foot back to plank. Hold your plank. Lower down all the way to the ground. Hands reach out to the side. Now lift your body up and down. You'll notice by taking your hands out to the side, it just made that a little bit more challenging. Feel free to keep your hands right under your shoulders or at your ears. It is your choice. Remember, freedom of movement is about you finding the expression that feels most appropriate to your body. Let's reach our arms forward. Lift our legs and little flutter kick. This is that space right between those shoulder blades. You're trying to squeeze together. 3, 2, and 1. Sit back to child's pose. Bring your weights so they are here at the front of your mat, okay? Just kind of in that position where you're easily going to be able to grab them. And let's return to plank. Find our strong plank. Big deep inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg, three-legged dog. Come forward. We've done this, you know it, enjoy it. Lower down through chaturanga. Lift back up, rotate around. Find your side plank. Find the expression that makes sense to you. Come back, three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Step your foot in. Grab your weights. Lean forward. Pull your elbows in. Now a little kick back and pull. Now the most important part of this is, yeah, your arms are working, absolutely. But keep the lift off your leg and the press of the heel to the back of the room so that we can find that long abdominal engagement. One more. Now, bend your elbows, bring your hands beside you. They touch the side of your leg, lift and lower. We are squeezing that tiny space right between your shoulder blades. See if you can go just a little bit lower in your leg. You can stabilize a little bit more. One more. Bring your hands down beside your foot. Step back to plank. Hold plank. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot, rise. Come forward. You know this move, right? Lower. Push back up. Side plank. Get there as you need to. Find the expression. Be bold and free. Rotate around. Three-legged dog. Bend your knee, pull it in. Step your foot in between your hands. Lean forward, grab your weights. Pull your elbows in. This time, your hands rotate. So you push in and you rotate back. Robert Frost says that freedom lies in being bold. And I think that's such a great idea because, you know, in order to really create freedom of movement, to create freedom of life, we have to be willing to be bold and non-traditional. We have to step outside the comfort zones and say, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be different. Keep our arms down by our side. Lean forward, squeeze, and down. Squeeze your shoulders together. See if you can go just a little lower in your leg. Oh my goodness, guys. Bring your hands down. Step back, downward dog. Bend your knees, child's pose. We're going to flip around to a seated position. Sitting up super tall, place the weights in your hands. So you find this really tall lifted spine, okay? Now feel those sits bones, sit right behind them. Keep the lift as you bring your arms up, down, sit up, okay? So it's lean, reach, in, lift. If you notice, I have to keep the lift in my chest. If you start to feel it into your lower back, don't go as far back. This is fine. You're gonna feel and get abdominal work. And we're only doing 2 more. Come back in. Now let's roll all the way down to our mat. Hands or feet come flat on the floor. Elbows by our side. Press your hips up to the sky as your arms lift to the sky. Now bring your elbows by the side of your body as your hips almost touch the ground. And rise. Squeeze and lift. We have to squeeze our hips. Our shoulder blades pinch together as we come down. We find that great engagement of our upper body. It also takes stability. Now keep everything lifted. Hold right here. Lift your right leg to the sky. Ooh. Hold. Hold. Lower. Lift your left leg. Bend your knee, come down, lower all the way down. Bend your elbows. Okay. Bring your left leg to tabletop. Lift your hips up off the ground. Arms go to the side. Keep everything right here. Open your arms out to the side and squeeze back. Now, if it is just absolutely too much, bring the foot to the ground. But otherwise, keep that lift. You could also ditch the weights. It's a stability moment. We're not necessarily trying to build amazing upper body strength right now. I mean, I only have 3-pound weights in my hands. It's about this hip and my abdominal muscles. One more. Hold the lift. Lower your foot. Roll back down. Ooh, you should have felt those hips, yeah? Let's do the other side. Right leg tabletop. Press your hips to the sky. Arms lift, open out. So you really want to find that link from your knee to your shoulder. So you find this diagonal line instead of letting those hips start to sag. That's going to put the pressure into the lower back as well as take out the stabilizing effect. Hold our arms up, lower our foot, lower our hips. Bring our legs to tabletop. Right arm, left leg. You're going to have to think a little bit, okay? Opposite arm and leg. Reach away from you and then pull in. Reach away. Think about when we were on all fours at the beginning of class and how we were really finding that like, that push, right? That's the same idea I want you to have right here. Strength and stability in your body. Breathe. Last time. Hold this in center. Hold right here. Now lift your legs high to the sky. You're going to take your legs and your arms away from each other. Ooh, and then pull everything back in. See if you can actually touch your legs with your weights. Now, if your back starts to arch, keep your legs higher. If your back is arching, you're putting pressure into the lower back, and we never want that. If you've been paying any attention to our music today, I gave you kind of a Tribute to America playlist, and I love this song, Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. See one more. Oh, beautiful. Bring your knees in. Let's place the weights off to the side. Bring your legs to tabletop. Fingertips come behind your ears. Lift your chest. Rotate to one side. Now, really find the rotation of your shoulder to your knee. Come back to center. Notice how slow we're going. That's how slow I want you. Center. Center. Why slower? Because it really forces you to use those rotational muscles. Just like we were going slow over to the side plank. Forgot what it was for that. It means also that you can do less that are more effective. And I'm all about efficiency. Let's come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Arms open out to the side. Legs come to tabletop. Let your knees fall to one side. Don't let them touch the floor. And then come back to center. To the other side. So your knees drop. And then you push your lower back towards the floor as your knees come back to center. This is about those spiral movements. Good. Now extend your top leg. Extend your bottom leg. And then come center. Drop to the other side. Top leg. Bend. Bottom leg. Bend. Center. Do that again. Top leg. Bend. Bottom leg. Bend. Center. Feel that engagement. Top leg. Center. Bottom leg. Oh my goodness. Come back to center. Now, let's do both legs. Drop down. Extend. Pull in. Center. These are the really, really great abdominal oblique movements. Do 2 more each side. See if you can go just a little bit lower. Feel the extension with your shoulders attached to the ground. Be free to go as high or as low as you need. Let's bend our knees in, grab behind our legs, little rock to our boat. Extend along and in. We're going to finish. This is the last thing that you are doing, and it's going to be a little fun moment. Come and reach your way now. Come into ball. We're going to roll like a ball onto your shoulders 3 times. 1. On the 3rd one, you're going to push yourself through into a small ball. Little tiny small ball. Pull yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Lift your arms as your right leg comes to the sky. Bend your standing leg. Pull everything in and then push away, just like we have done a couple different times today. Pull your knee and your elbows in and then push forward. Stand all the way up. Come into standing left leg. This is it. Pull in. Push away. Balance is such a fundamental element of using our core. Our feet are our foundation that ground us. Our core is what keeps us stable. Bring it all the way in. Come to standing. Take a big deep inhale. Lift your arms high to the sky. Exhale your hands to heart center. Give 1 more big deep inhale. Exhale. Thank you guys so much for this celebration of 4th of July, of freedom, of being bold and courageous. I love 4th of July. It is probably one of my favorite holidays because as a kid, it just always had a really meaningful impact for me. My dad always would make barbecue, and my little tiny town of 500 people actually had people in it because we had a parade and fireworks and antique shows, and to me, that's what 4th of July is. And it's this just big family celebration. And this year, as things are a little bit different, I hope that you can still find ways to celebrate and to be with those that you love. For me, it's an even more important holiday this year because it'll be the first time where we are attempting to make Dad's barbecue without Dad. So I hope you enjoy the day. I would love feedback on how our new design in the studio looks, so feel free to drop comments. Until next time, guys, I'm Summer. Bye.